Today we're diving into a fascinating slice of culinary history. Have you ever wondered why some pies that were once popular have almost disappeared from our tables? In this video, we will list 10 pies that have faded into obscurity. Number 1. Marlboro Pie. Marlboro Pie is a historical dessert that dates back to colonial America, particularly associated with the early settlers in New England. It is a custard-based pie that incorporates apples, sherry, eggs, sugar, and spices like nutmeg, creating a rich and aromatic flavor profile. This pie was a staple in 18th century American cuisine and was often featured in holiday feasts and special occasions. The origin of Marlboro Pie can be traced to England, where it was brought over by settlers. The inclusion of sherry, an ingredient not commonly found in many early American desserts, suggests a connection to more refined English cooking practices. The apples used in Marlboro Pie are typically grated or pureed, which gives the custard a smooth texture and an even distribution of apple flavor. Over time, the popularity of Marlboro Pie waned, partly due to the changing tastes and the rise of other desserts that were easier to make and more in line with modern preferences. The labor-intensive process of preparing the pie, along with the specific ingredients like sherry, made it less accessible to the average home baker. Marlboro Pie also reflects the early American reliance on preservation methods. Apples, being one of the few fruits that could be stored through the winter, were a common ingredient in many early American recipes. The use of alcohol, like sherry, in the pie also helped in preservation and added depth to the flavor. Today, Marlboro Pie is largely forgotten, but it remains a cherished part of early American culinary history. Some historical reenactments and culinary historians have revived interest in the pie, appreciating its unique taste and historical significance. Number 2. Funeral Pie. Funeral pie, also known as raisin pie, has deep roots in Amish and Mennonite communities, where it was traditionally served at funerals. The pie is made with a filling of raisins, sugar, and spices like cinnamon and cloves, thickened with cornstarch or flour, and often flavored with lemon juice. This combination provides a rich, tangy sweet taste that is both comforting and satisfying. The name funeral pie reflects its cultural significance. In the tight-knit Amish and Mennonite communities, funerals are major social events, and food plays a crucial role in these gatherings. Funeral pie became a staple due to its practical qualities. Raisins were readily available, non-perishable, and provided a dense, energy-rich filling. This made the pie easy to transport and serve at large gatherings. Raisin pies were practical for another reason. They could be made in advance and stored for extended periods, making them ideal for unexpected events like funerals. The pie's durability and the commonality of its ingredients ensured that it could be quickly prepared, contributing to its role in these somber occasions. Funeral pies also carry a symbolic weight. The sweet and sour filling is seen as a metaphor for life's blend of sorrow and sweetness. The simplicity of the ingredients reflects the humble and frugal lifestyle of the communities that popularized it. Although funeral pie is less common today, it remains a cherished part of Amish and Mennonite culinary heritage, sometimes appearing at cultural festivals and community events, preserving its historical and emotional significance. Number 3. Jefferson Davis Pie. Jefferson Davis Pie is a Southern dessert named after the President of the Confederate States, Jefferson Davis. This pie features a rich, custard-like filling made primarily of brown sugar, butter, and eggs, creating a creamy and sweet texture. Some variations of the recipe include raisins or pecans, adding an additional layer of flavor and texture. The origins of Jefferson Davis Pie are somewhat murky, but it is believed to have been created as a tribute to Jefferson Davis during the 19th century. The pie reflects the Southern culinary tradition of using readily available ingredients to create rich and indulgent desserts. Brown sugar, a key ingredient, provides a deep molasses flavor that distinguishes this pie from other custard pies. In traditional recipes, the filling is poured into a pre-baked pie crust and baked until set. The result is a pie with a smooth, caramel-like filling that pairs well with whipped cream or vanilla ice cream. Despite its association with a controversial historical figure, the pie remains a beloved part of Southern cuisine and is often served at family gatherings and holiday celebrations. The pie's enduring popularity can be attributed to its simplicity and the nostalgic connection many people feel towards traditional Southern desserts. While not as widely known outside the South, Jefferson Davis Pie continues to be a cherished recipe for those who enjoy classic American pies. Number 4. Sugar cream pie. Sugar cream pie, often referred to as Hoosier pie, is a classic dessert with origins in Indiana, dating back to the 1800s. It is renowned for its simple yet indulgent ingredients: sugar, cream, butter, and a bit of flour or cornstarch to thicken. This pie is characterized by its creamy, custard-like filling that sets without the need for eggs, making it unique among custard pies. The history of sugar cream pie is tied to the Shaker and Amish communities in the Midwest. Its simplicity made it a popular choice for settlers who often had limited ingredients on hand. The filling is typically cooked on the stovetop before being poured into a pre-baked pie crust, then baked until set. The top of the pie sometimes develops a caramelized layer, adding a slight crunch to the creamy texture below. One of the key aspects of sugar cream pie's appeal is its rich, velvety texture contrasted with the crispy crust. It's often flavored with a touch of vanilla or nutmeg, enhancing the sweet and creamy profile. Despite its humble ingredients, the pie delivers a luxurious taste that has kept it a beloved dessert in the Midwest. In recent years, there has been a revival of interest in sugar cream pie, with many bakeries and home cooks rediscovering and celebrating this traditional dessert. Its enduring popularity is a testament to its comforting, nostalgic flavors that continue to captivate taste buds. Number 5. Black Bottom Pie. Black Bottom Pie is a distinctive dessert that emerged in the early 20th century, combining rich chocolate and a creamy filling to create a multi-layered pie. The pie typically consists of a dark, chocolate-flavored bottom layer, which gives it its name. This chocolate layer is often made from bittersweet chocolate or cocoa, mixed with sugar and butter to form a dense, flavorful base. Above the chocolate layer, there is usually a layer of custard or a light mousse, often flavored with vanilla or rum, which provides a contrast in both color and texture to the dark bottom. Some recipes include a third layer of whipped cream on top, sprinkled with grated chocolate or cocoa powder for an added decorative touch and a burst of extra chocolate flavor. The crust of a black bottom pie can vary, but is commonly made from crushed cookies or graham crackers, which complements the chocolate filling with a crunchy texture. This pie is often chilled before serving, allowing the layers to set properly and making it a refreshing dessert option, especially in warmer weather. One of the unique aspects of black bottom pie is its versatility. While traditional recipes stick to the basics of chocolate and vanilla, modern variations may include different flavor infusions such as coffee, mint, or additional liqueurs, offering a creative twist on this classic dessert. Despite its rich and complex appearance, black bottom pie is relatively straightforward to prepare, making it a popular choice for both casual family dinners and special occasions. Its layers and flavors create a visually appealing and indulgent dessert that continues to be enjoyed by many. Number 6. Flapper Pie. Flapper pie, a classic dessert originating from the Canadian prairies, became popular during the early 20th century, specifically in the 1920s. The name flapper pie is believed to be inspired by the flapper era, a time of significant social change and modernization, which is reflected in the pie's simplicity and modern appeal for that time. This pie is characterized by its creamy custard filling, which is made from a mixture of milk, egg yolks, sugar, and vanilla. The filling is cooked on the stovetop until thickened, then poured into a graham cracker crust. The use of graham crackers was a novel idea at the time, providing a crunchy and sweet contrast to the smooth custard. Topping the pie is a generous layer of meringue, made from whipped egg whites and sugar. The meringue is spread over the custard and then baked until it achieves a golden brown color. This not only adds visual appeal, but also a light, airy texture that complements the dense filling. Flapper pie holds a nostalgic value, often associated with family gatherings and home cooking. Its straightforward recipe made it accessible during a time when ingredients were more limited, yet it provided a luxurious taste that felt special. Today, flapper pie is cherished as a piece of culinary history, representing the ingenuity and resourcefulness of home cooks from the past. Number 7. Butterscotch Pie. Butterscotch pie is a traditional dessert known for its rich, buttery flavor and smooth, creamy texture. The pie's filling is made from a mixture of brown sugar, butter, and cream, giving it its distinctive butterscotch taste. The process begins by melting butter in a saucepan, then adding brown sugar to create a caramel-like base. Once the sugar is dissolved and the mixture thickens, cream is added to create a luscious, silky filling. This mixture is then poured into a pre-baked pie crust and allowed to set. An essential step in making butterscotch pie is tempering the egg yolks. This process involves slowly adding the hot butterscotch mixture to beaten egg yolks, then cooking it all together to ensure a smooth, custard-like consistency without curdling the eggs. Once the filling is thickened, it's poured into the pie crust and often topped with meringue or whipped cream for an extra layer of texture and flavor. The origins of butterscotch pie are deeply rooted in Southern and Midwestern American culinary traditions, where it became a beloved treat during the 19th and early 20th centuries. The pie's popularity grew due to its simple ingredients and the comforting, nostalgic flavor reminiscent of homemade butterscotch candy. Number 8. Sour Cream Raisin Pie. Sour cream raisin pie is a traditional American dessert with roots in the Midwest, particularly popular among Amish and Mennonite communities. This pie combines the tanginess of sour cream with the sweetness of raisins, creating a unique and flavorful filling. The filling is typically made by simmering raisins in water until they are plump, then mixing them with a custard base composed of sour cream, egg yolks, sugar, and a hint of spices such as cinnamon and nutmeg. The pie's custard mixture is poured into a pre-baked pie crust and then baked until the filling is set. The use of sour cream gives the custard a creamy, tangy richness that balances the sweetness of the raisins. Some recipes also incorporate a bit of lemon juice or zest to enhance the tartness, adding depth to the flavor profile. After baking, the pie is often topped with a meringue made from the leftover egg whites, beaten with sugar until stiff peaks form, and then browned in the oven until the meringue is golden. This adds a light, airy contrast to the dense and creamy filling beneath. Sour cream raisin pie was particularly popular in the early to mid-20th century when home baking was more prevalent, and many families had easy access to the simple, pantry staple ingredients required for this recipe. Despite its decline in mainstream popularity, it remains a cherished recipe in certain regions and among enthusiasts of traditional American baking. Number 9. Montgomery Pie. Montgomery Pie is a traditional dessert from Pennsylvania Dutch cuisine, known for its distinctive two-layer structure. The pie features a tangy lemon syrup bottom layer, topped with a rich molasses cake layer. This combination of flavors and textures makes Montgomery Pie a unique and memorable dessert. The preparation starts with creating the lemon syrup, which is made from lemon juice, sugar, and water. This syrup is poured into an unbaked pie crust, forming the bottom layer of the pie. The top layer is a molasses-flavored cake batter, made by mixing molasses, flour, sugar, butter, eggs, and baking soda. The batter is poured over the lemon syrup in the crust. During baking, the layers switch places, with the heavier molasses batter sinking and the lemon syrup rising, creating a delightful contrast. The final product has a moist, flavorful molasses cake on top and a tart lemon layer beneath, all encased in a flaky pie crust. Montgomery Pie has historical roots in the Amish and Mennonite communities, where it was a common treat at social gatherings and family meals. The pie's name is believed to be derived from Montgomery County, Pennsylvania, a region with a rich culinary tradition. Number 10. Lemon Buttermilk Pie. Lemon buttermilk pie is a classic Southern dessert that combines the tangy flavors of lemon with the creamy richness of buttermilk. This pie features a smooth, custard-like filling made from a mixture of buttermilk, fresh lemon juice, lemon zest, sugar, eggs, and a small amount of flour to thicken. The use of buttermilk provides a subtle tanginess that balances the sweetness of the sugar and the tartness of the lemon, creating a well-rounded flavor profile. To prepare the filling, sugar is whisked with eggs until well combined, followed by the addition of buttermilk, lemon juice, and lemon zest. Flour is then incorporated to help the filling set during baking. This mixture is poured into a pre-baked pie crust and baked until the filling is set but still slightly jiggly in the center, ensuring a creamy texture once cooled. Lemon buttermilk pie is typically baked at a moderate temperature to prevent the filling from curdling and to achieve a smooth custard consistency. Once baked, the pie is allowed to cool and can be served chilled or at room temperature. It is often garnished with a dusting of powdered sugar or a dollop of whipped cream to enhance its presentation and add a touch of sweetness. The origins of lemon buttermilk pie can be traced back to the southern United States, where buttermilk has long been a staple ingredient in baking. The pie's simplicity and the availability of its ingredients made it a popular choice among home cooks. Today, it remains a beloved dessert, enjoyed for its refreshing lemon flavor and creamy texture.